But I'm saying
they should be challenging this year.
It's not a bad thing that we don't come second.
600 million and you're not challenging.
Not this year.
No,
but I'm saying like title challenges.
They should be challenging. You can't have a midfield of two guys who are the two most expensive players ever in Premier League history.
Next year, yes. 100%.
You guys are the only.
This season,
This is the only group of players.
I'm saying you said a 2-year win.
He
this
deserves
season,
only 2
and then
years.
the next season he has to challenge for the title. Is crazy.
How is it crazy?
It's crazy.
How is it crazy?
It's crazy.
How is it crazy?
Your title challenge means different.
He's inheriting a squad worth $1 billion, and he's spending 600 million on top. How is it crazy?
Because he was flipped and he was on your squad. You wouldn't be saying these crazy things. But there's players still in the squad that he didn't bring in. There's players still in the squad that
sorry, he has to deal with Enzo. Sorry, he has to deal with Enzo.
It's not Enzo.
Sorry, he has to deal with Thiago Silva. Sorry, he has to deal with Reece James.
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Sorry, he has to deal with those players. What are you talking about?
Perfect. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You're back at Let 'Em Shoot. We're back.
Bit nervous.
The turnaround is quick now.
Yeah,
whole production team. Look at him. He's whole production team.
God, no.
Look at him.
Bricked up over there.
You know,
What's he watching, man?
Bro,
you know
grab his crutch.
You know they call production over there the conductor now.
What?
Because of the last episode. Because of the start. You didn't hear?
Oh.
They call him the conductor.
The bonus app. I've got the bonus app on there. We can watch it after.
The conductor. You didn't know? You guys don't know why he's called the conductor?
No.
What does a conductor drive?
Hey.
You don't know what a conductor drives?
A Honda.
Oh my god, he said Honda. Okay, I'll give you a clue. It goes like this.
What did he say though? I forgot.
Him? You don't remember him?
He said it
Production.
happily.
You don't know what he'd rather have?
Glad.
Yeah.
We got to leak
That's for
that
the
into-
bonus app. I've got
That's
it. I've got
Christmas.
it. I got the bonus app. Anyway.
We should ask everyone that would you rather. I think 99.9% people gonna answer the other one.
Yeah.
Except for these
The ones
three.
that we all said.
I agree.
He'll make a fake account and say
Yeah.
the
We had a big weekend of games before we get into it. I didn't show you that. Had a big week of games.
too comfortable, bro. I don't like it.
Yeah. I know.
This is called retake and shoot.
Yeah. Had a big weekend of games, a lot of big results. But before we get into it, we'll introduce everyone to my very right.
Pengus Techers, I'm on the right side today. Right hand, right side. Back again. Haven't been on here for a while. I watched last week's episode. The guys did great in my absence, but I'm back. It's time.
It was a top tier episode, I think. That was our best.
I think that was our best line.
It was very formal.
Yeah.
Picture us in tux.
Yeah.
Shit.
For real. To my left.
PBB in 4K. As you can see, I'm missing the top part of my head. But don't be worried, guys.
His head decapitated.
His head taken off.
He got his head top taken off.
Don't worry, guys. It's okay.
Head.
You know what I mean today? I'm going attack mode today, so don't worry.
Attack mode.
There we go.
Yeah,
To his left.
Best young chef in Canberra, RA skills, middleman. You know what it is.
When's that gonna start?
Middleman.
Is that starting soon?
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming. It's in the works.
New EAFC.
You sound like a tattoo parlor
Why?
with RA skills.
RA skills.
Why would that be a tattoo parlor?
Just sounds like it.
To his
It
left.
definitely doesn't.
It's boy MJ, Born in Africa gang. I'm sitting here today. It's nice, you know. I get to see the full studio.
Yeah.
See a production team over there. Guests over there. Life's good.
I got a question. Were you actually born in Africa?
Of course, man.
What? No, never mind.
I thought because
Never mind. No,
I was in England.
I said never mind.
I was born
You
in
was in
Wellington, New
England for a
Zealand.
bit. You were in England for a bit as well, so I don't know. It's for people been asking on TikTok, so I just gotta say.
No, I respect it.
Just want to shout out everyone who's been watching the episodes, been commenting, been liking, been subscribing. It's actually good. You guys are doing well. We got to 3K subs, so now road to 5K.
That's it.
We don't care about 4K, road to 5K. We're not going to be happy till we get there.
We're skipping 4.
But a couple of the comments on last week's episode, big shout out to my guy. His @ on YouTube is "You niggas better stand 6."
Bleep,
He
bleep,
said-
bleep,
He
bleep.
said, not a huge fan of podcasts, but I love this one.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Then another guy at k.m.963, just been on a 13-hour road trip, and I downloaded the last couple of episodes to watch
What a
on the
legend,
way.
man.
Finally
Sick.
caught up. That's
That's
what
nice.
I'm saying.
dedication.
13 hours. Where's he going?
That's what I'm saying. I
Probably
don't know.
going Alabama. He's probably going from Texas to Alabama.
You guys know this?
See home. What is
Shout
that?
out legit Jeff as well, 7298.
Oh,
Only podcast I watch.
That's
Respect,
cap.
man.
Yeah,
If
we
you're
like
going to
that.
watch
Don't
podcasts,
cap,
why
bro.
not this one?
This is the one to
Yeah,
do
but
it.
don't cap.
Who's a
Hey,
super
what's up,
fan?
boy?
What's
Do we
a
do
super
it?
fan?
Coda. He's the GOAT.
Coda,
He's the
Coda.
best fan of
Yeah.
all time.
Coda.
Somebody
Yeah.
said freestyle as FPL punishment
Oh,
Like make a rap.
you have to make a rap and post it on your own
on your
page.
story.
Oh shit. All right. Yeah, I like that
I
one.
like
Chuck
that
that in.
too.
Who put
21, big 21.
Let's
Shout
put
out
that
to
instead of
Ori
something.
628.
16 bars.
Ori, genius.
Nah, a minute and a half freestyle.
We'll take something else out and put that.
No, we'll keep that in
Nah, take his.
on your story. 24
Bro,
hours.
take his neck slaps out. Put that in.
No,
Yeah.
keep next slaps.
I
I
don't
want
want
next
the
slaps.
next-
Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll make it 21.
I will give you a neck slap right now if you want it for
No,
free.
no. I just wanted it as a four.
Before we get started,
Bro, it
continue to
actually
comment,
hurts.
continue to
I
like,
still-
continue
mine
to
hurts.
subscribe, continue to share.
From
the
the other
four
time.
fingers.
Let's
And
go.
continue to watch these disruptive guys.
It made my neck bleed last time.
What do you
when we
mean your
neck
neck
slaps.
bleed?
It was bleeding.
Yeah,
head
I reckon
cool,
with
man.
you.
When we
I
back
reckon
next
you knew
up,
what's wrong
were
with
you
you.
there?
I got slapped so hard, my
you
neck
weren't
was
there.
bleeding.
MJ, you there? No.
Bro,
No, you
yeah.
weren't there. Lucky.
You feel it for weeks, man.
My
You were
head
bleeding.
was.
my neck was
Bro.
bleeding, and
Yeah, well,
Who the
can
fuck's
you control
controlling
me?
that? Can you control me?
You can't control me.
It's
I'm
not like
controlling
that,
you.
bro. I'm
It's
telling
not like that. Maybe two finger.
It's like getting punched in
It's
your neck.
Mitch's one, guys. If you just want to take it up with him.
Just get rid of it, bro. Like,
Or we have to get rid of some other ones.
what do you mean? It's just one. You're just getting rid of one.
Yeah, but I want to get rid of another one, so you can
Shut up.
All right, thank you, production.
Sounds like you're doing fantasy trades.
Thank you, production. Let's get into the episode. First game, we're starting off with recap from the weekend's result. Is Mike? Unfortunately, we're going to start at Arsenal.
Arsenal?
Fulham.
yeah, gunners, yeah.
2-2 Arsenal draw with Fulham. Where we got the rival fans over the moon that we've drawn.
Fair call.
Not
Drawn at
lost,
home
but
against
drawn.
Fulham. Drawn at
Yeah,
home
fair
against
call.
Fulham.
Which is fair enough. They're so used to seeing us winning now. That
Terrible result.
the
Nah,
draw-
nah, that's not what it
And
is.
to us, the draw
I think
does
it
feel
is.
like a loss.
It does.
It's a terrible result.
I think
It is, it is.
when you're a good team and there's expectation, it's like when you lose, people they laugh.
Absolutely,
Whereas
yeah.
when you're not so good or you don't
Who are
have
you looking at over
expectation,
there?
Yeah. And we've, as Arsenal,
I
we
hear
can
you.
start off. You guys will have the floor. You can say whatever you want about Arsenal. But
Oh, of course.
just know that we weren't happy with any of our three performances.
Nah, not
We're
at
sitting
all.
on 7 points. Other guys over here are sitting on 4 points and they're over the moon.
Name them, bro.
So Chelsea fans who have been
There we go.
they've been twerking over the Pochettino reform. They're on 4
Who'd you see
points.
twerk?
They lost to West Ham.
Who'd you see?
A
twerk?
10-man West Ham.
West Ham are top of the ladder.
So
I don't know what you're talking
Man
about.
City is top of the ladder. That's another fake fact from Bud.
Well, you didn't let me finish. I said West Ham were top of the ladder until Man City played.
There we
So,
go.
no fake fact.
But Arsenal drew 2-2. Goals to Andreas Pereira, Palhinha, and then for Arsenal, Saka and Nketiah.
Nketiah, Eddie.
Eddie.
Saka assist as well.
Saka assist
Did you
as
get
well
that
for
one?
Bud's fantasy.
No, Saka assist.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you get that one or no?
Yeah, Saka assist. Yeah.
Add that.
2-2 Arsenal lost the game. Mark, I want to start with you. Where did things go wrong?
I feel like this whole Arteta experimental phase is a bit wild because I feel like the number one goal is we get points. Points. Then when you get comfortable, that's when you can start experimenting, playing somebody here, doing this, trying a new system. But I feel like it's a bit audacious to do that at the start of the season because we've seen, like, we've watched Arsenal. Yeah, we've dominated possession, but we haven't looked clean. We haven't looked like we have any chemistry or consistency in the way we play. And I mean, we could argue Timber getting injured,
Yeah,
you know,
disruptive.
Zinchenko not playing,
Whatever's happening with Gabriel.
Party out of
Gabriel
position.
out, Partey not playing in that central midfield. We got a different play profile playing in defensive midfield. So it's different, and I get that, but I don't know why we're moving away from what made sense
What we
last
did,
season
yeah.
because there was nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're trying to implement a new system, that should be your plan B. All right, if plan A isn't working like it did at moments of last year, all right, let's implement this new system, this new way of playing.
Yeah.
But it's a bit strange.
Yeah.
It's like he's going a bit mad, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
do you guys think he's overcomplicating? Do you guys think he's just trying to adjust to new players who have come in?
My thing is, You're competing, right, with the most unforgiving, the most difficult team to play against, to try and win a title against, and you're starting the season off in a way that's, like you guys said, experimenting. How can you begin the season and now be playing in a system where it wasn't even the same system in preseason?
Yeah.
Surely you're coming into the season with the exact like ready to go. Havertz playing in a certain position. You're not even in the same side and system that you played in the Shield, Community Shield against City. So you won that as well. You're going to the season and now the team looks so different. Partey's at right back to what it was last year. Yes, he's doing the inverted thing, but also now Zinchenko's back, so what's going to happen? You have Havertz who's come into midfield who's completely a different profile to Xhaka. Yes, maybe that's what he wanted, more goals, more assists, like higher up in the box, but realistically, he's not giving you anything that you need to be successful and to win. Yeah. And especially when you don't have the number 9, a proper number 9 in the middle. I don't know, man. It's very strange.
We'll go into Havertz a bit after, but do you guys agree? Do you think Arsenal are overcomplicating? Do you think they're just adjusting to 2 new players coming into the side? What do you think? The same fluidity, of course, is not going to be there when you're introducing players to a system. But
yeah.
I think everyone expected more.
And you don't need to play certain players.
Yeah. There's a way to introduce players into a system.
Like, Pep doesn't straight away put someone in the starting team and keep him in there. You kind of got to ease like players in, especially like
make sure they're ready.
Yeah, but it's again, it's not an excuse though because Havertz is Prem ready, and what's the other guy's name?
Rice
is Prem proven as well. So it's a tricky one. I think it's because it's just a complete different system.
And the issues aren't with Rice though. That's not where the issues are.
That's what I mean.
Any Arsenal fan will say there's no issues with Rice. I'm pretty
not
sure
Rice.
His performance on the weekend. So realistically, there is like easing people into the game and getting them like in and ready in the team. But there's also, if you got someone like Rice, he can play in the 6. But if you bring in someone like Havertz, who's just so left field of the system, and as a player, he's honestly, like if we're talking honestly,
there's not one person.
Exactly, there's not one person in this room that thought Havertz before Arsenal were linked with Havertz ever. That if someone came up and said to you, Arsenal fans, Kai Havertz is going to start in that left 8 for you guys next season, you'd say hell no. Like why would we sign Havertz? That's a downgrade. That's whatever. That's a downgrade on a midfield of Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. Is it not?
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Going into Havertz, Mike, do you think? All right, obviously, there is the I told you so. There's going to be the Chelsea fans that say I told you so. There's going to be the Arsenal fans that didn't want Havertz, and any other fan who doesn't rate Havertz saying, well, everyone knew he was this. Like, this is him.
Yeah.
But realistically, should he be afforded some time to adjust to the system, to be rusty, to be bad in certain games before he's kicked out of the team, like before he's moved out of the side?
Well, I think my issue with Havertz is we've seen what he can do. Like I feel like he's very good at finding space. So he offers something different to what we didn't have. You know, we see him receiving the ball in between lines. Yeah. But I think in terms of when you're trying to implement a whole new system to what we did last season, which was still quite new and we didn't perfect it. It's strange for me to put somebody like that into that system. I feel like Havertz is the kind of player that will thrive in a already built system that's crystal clear. Everybody knows the role. We know the role. The team knows how to play it. Like, for example, if you went to City and this is how you play, I think it'll help him. But I don't think he's the kind of player to adapt and transition into a new system as a starting player. And I think that's why we're seeing somebody who kind of seems a bit off, seems a bit like he doesn't quite understand it or he's not moving right. And that might be a quality thing, but I just think it's hard to introduce somebody like that into that kind of role. You know what I mean? So
was the system not crystal clear last year though? Like if you had such a good year that got you in
it looked crystal clear to me.
Yeah, but we're not playing the same as last system at all.
Yeah,
but why would you change it?
Yeah, that's what
I'm agreeing. I'm saying I don't understand why we're experimenting because last season was great. I felt like we were getting to that 70% of that full potential of the system and how we play and the roles and how it freed up players, our midfield combination, you know, that inversion on the left-hand side, White, you know, overlapping, stuff like that. But
this is what I'm...
Are we overreacting? Arsenal sit on 7 points right now. There's only one team with full 9 points.
Yeah, but
are we overreacting?
I think it's fair enough, though. I think it's fair enough as an Arsenal fan, a football fan, to be like, what's going on? Because there's an expectation from last season to be consistent, and we're not being consistent. You look at the home performances, it was almost like a psychological, like it was terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, how can we go from that to then this season, we're starting terribly, we look like the players aren't on it, you know what I mean? Because that was a mental thing. Yes, it's a system thing as well, but the start of the game was mental. For the first 15, 20 minutes, we couldn't keep the ball. Like, we lost the ball so many times. And this is like a quality team with quality players. So for me, it's like, I don't know what's going on. And it's strange. It shouldn't be happening, I think, this soon. I think it should be happening towards the back end of the season. But I think it's fair to expect a bit more of solid performances.
Especially when the money's been spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I agree. I think we definitely should be better. And the 3 performances, nothing has really excited me. I haven't seen a new side, a side that's more fluid than last year, a side that looks defensively stronger than last year. We look similar in ways, but I think we look a lot less cohesive going forward.
Big time.
It looks like players don't know certain movements, especially on the Havertz-Martinelli side. Where Xhaka and Martinelli had an understanding, that isn't there anymore. We don't have the midfield pivot happening.
No combination.
Nothing.
And also on top of that, we're seeing like, I think Rice has been very good.
Yeah.
He's exceeded my expectation in terms of how well he's played.
Even as a
agree.
player.
But if you look at his role compared to what Partey does, it's very, very different. And I think that's also contributing to why we the way we play out's different, the way we keep the balls different, the way we find space is different. Because Rice isn't the kind of guy to receive it back to goal, be able to turn his man and play forward. You know, he drops in a lot more, but he's not breaking those lines, which isn't bad. But I think it just shows moving Partey out to that fullback is strange.
And to go on to that, last year Arsenal's right side was probably one of the strongest like combinations with Ben White and Saka in the league. That right side. And I feel like they had something that had to be like worked on in training, like the way that they moved, they just knew exactly where each other would go. And I feel like he's completely changed that. And is that having an effect on Saka's game? Maybe. Because
100%.
now there's no
That's what I
right
feel.
back
Yeah.
to take away defenders from Saka. You see he's getting doubled like more often than he always gets doubled. But at least before, Ben White could take some of those numbers away.
Because my question is, and I'd love to hear what you guys think, do we think Saka is an out-and-out isolated 1v1 winger? Is that his player type?
I think
be able to do that?
it definitely depends on the game.
Yeah.
But he has the ability to play completely isolated, and he has the ability to combine, like he does with Odegaard for the majority of the game. I think that is one of the issues. Ben White isn't there, therefore Saka is double teamed every single time he receives the ball, which is a problem. It means he's going to be more tired.
Partey's not close.
It means he's going to be more fatigued. Yeah, Partey's tucking in, which is just the opposite to what was happening last year. Zinchenko was tucked in, Martinelli was outside.
But whereas Martinelli is someone you'd rather have the whole touchline to himself.
He's better at that.
And
Yeah,
exactly.
in my
And
opinion,
just go 1v1 for the whole game. Whereas
it's
Saka,
his
you want
space.
players close to him so he can create little chances for himself to shoot, create little chances for other people to shoot. Whereas Martinelli on that side, you want him to just get the
1v1
ball and just go
raps.
have fun.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see if Arteta, if this is his plan A, or if this is him just trying to be like a freak and be like, you know what, I really want to work on this, our second system, our second way of playing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, let's see if he goes back. But
And maybe it's a system he thinks is going to be needed in Champions League, where we need to be stronger defensively, where we need to concede less goals. I don't know. But I think without looking at it, I don't know, too aggressively and being like, we need to change this, I still think we dominated the game.
Yeah.
We were the better side. We created more than enough chances to win the game. And the 2 goals we conceded, on any other day, we don't concede those goals.
Facts.
So on another day, we win that same game 3-4-0. But obviously, 2-2 to a team that had 10 men at the time looks horrible. Bad.
Do you think you win those games though? Because having Havertz, it kind of is a negative thing. It looks negative when you guys attack. Like, as in, you're saying you win those games 3-4, but I don't think you're scoring 3 or 4 anymore now with this system.
Havertz chance, Martinelli chance.
Yeah, but I'm saying Havertz, so I'm saying like he's
no,
part
but
of
the
it.
thing is, I think if we're clinical, the game's.
But that's like for anything though. You're saying if Havertz is clinical.
No, we're not even saying
no.
Havertz.
It's just the
other
chances.
players were. Martinelli was poor.
Saka was.
He was
poor.
he was bad, but I'm saying, is that because of the
Odegaard
system,
didn't create
or is it just they're having a bad day? There's a
I
difference.
think they were put into. We created our build-up was the same into where we created opportunities for the front three to do something, and they were poor in that game.
But I'm asking you, is it they're poor because it's just a bad day, or is it because of the system?
I think they were poor because it was a bad day.
I think they had a bad day.
I think it's a bit of both.
I think it's a bit of both. They're confused. Martinelli is a confused player out there. He looked very confused. He didn't know whether he could beat this guy or combine. If he wanted to combine, he didn't have that option from Havertz like he did with Xhaka.
Yeah.
No, but like I mean, like
the previous one.
I think he had a bad day.
Yeah. I think it's more of, I think the system isn't we haven't perfected it at all. It's probably at 50, 60%. But on that exact same game on another day, Martinelli gets into the box 3 or 4 times, at least does something, creates a chance to score, scores the opportunity that he had, the one Havertz laid him off early in the game. We had other opportunities where we were getting into the box, couldn't score. It's the same as last week. Against Palace, we win the game 3-0 if Nketiah slots those two.
Yeah.
And it's complete domination. They don't have a chance.
And to be fair as well, I mean, you're looking at 2 to 3 starting players who didn't play.
Yeah.
And I think the argument from last year is we can't let that happen. So
Absolutely.
I think this is to show us again that we need the guys who are starting to do better.
Yeah.
I think my biggest concern from these results is that the title race could be over in October.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're playing against Man City.
You know what I mean? That's the problem I have. Not the system. Oh my God, we're gonna.
Yeah.
No, I'm comfortable to know that we have the quality. He's a good coach. It's just I want to win the league.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of games where you look back and you're like, damn, that draw, cost us when it's like 4 points or 3 points
Yeah.
It
difference.
was the same thing as
Absolutely.
last year that you guys did.
Exactly.
We're going to quickly recap all the big teams won except for Arsenal this week. So we don't have to go into
Come
detail
on.
about every single game.
Couple. I know there's one that we need to go into detail.
Yeah, we will. If you read the notes.
I did. No, I did. Just
Chelsea,
so you know, I
Spurs,
did.
United, City.
it's crazy.
all win.
When to win Arsenal, it's crazy.
I thought we could have skipped the Arsenal game and we could have spoke about
I wouldn't
these
want to
ones
skip it.
Exactly.
I want to talk about it.
Yeah,
So Chelsea win
Yeah.
against Luton. If you want to, you can
Okay.
deep dive that game if you want.
I
we don't need to. We don't
No,
need
because
to,
I've
I'm
been
saying.
seeing Chelsea fans get so gassed about beating Luton. Yes, you have looked promising this season, and I agree. The 4 points doesn't represent the growth that you've shown from last
agree
year.
with that.
In my opinion, the 4 points doesn't represent it. But at the end of the day, you're sitting on 4 points.
Yeah.
And the only team you've beat this season is Luton. So if we're getting gassed and if we're talking
Yeah,
a lot,
but-
then...
No, I hear
You're picking those those Chelsea fans that are just.
Okay, what were
Why are
you
you
about to
gassed?
say?
I'm not gassed. I'm just saying it's 3 points.
You want us to read the chat?
Nah, it's good. Yeah, read it.
Okay.
It's good to get a home win. We haven't won in ages, so
Yeah.
winning feels good.
I think
That's what I said.
I think Enzo's won 4 games at Chelsea.
No, I think one of the differences is unlike Arsenal, we're seeing it's more of a progression. Each game it seems to be getting
Unlike
better.
Arsenal.
People are kind of understanding the system more, and it's
I
looking
agree.
like it's heading towards
The thing is, I agree with you, but progressing from nothing is very easy to show progression.
It is very easy. But we're all going off the season that we had last year, which is
100%.
that's arguably our
A big
worst
one.
season we've had in so long.
Ever, probably.
So that's why obviously there's a fair few
Yeah.
fans that are getting super gassed about
I
it.
like the amount of sense that you've just
Yeah.
brought.
We're not
Because you're sitting next
celebrating.
to-
We're not celebrating beating Luton.
We're
We're just
celebrating-
celebrating a win that we
Is
haven't
this
had
still
in a
the
while.
Chelsea side that at the start of the
On my
season?
mother's life, if these results were flipped and Arsenal played like how good Chelsea played and lost to West Ham, you'd be saying Arsenal are finished.
Yeah,
Arsenal
facts.
aren't doing
Probably
anything.
would, but
Right?
Because you're going backwards.
What do you mean? You
You're
said the
going
performance was
backwards.
great.
And
You just
for us,
lost the
also
game.
to you,
Yeah, you guys
mate,
you guys
you're
going
the guy who
backwards.
said Chelsea are going to win the league this year.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
want,
still stand
I don't
by
want
my
you to
word.
come into games where you lose to West Ham and be like, oh, the performance was good.
This
No,
is
you're
what
going to
I'm
win the
saying.
league. You're
So
a
context
league winning
matters.
side.
Crazy.
I think you've improved.
What
Drastically.
What I said is Luton. I don't care who we beat. It's the home victory that matters.
But it does
the
matter
most.
that it was Luton.
It does. But I'm not thinking
You
of
beat the side that
Luton,
everyone
we're
said is
sitting out
going
with the best
down.
team. I'm just saying we haven't won 9 games at home. Feels good to win.
Yeah,
no matter who it
absolutely.
is.
There's positive signs for you.
That's what I'm saying. That's
agree.
all I'm
And it's
saying.
also-
But I didn't go in the chat being like, what the fuck? Whoa, blah, 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 this. I said
also-
it feels good to win at home.
Go, Ross.
and fingers crossed that is the start of a positive run, because the games that we have coming up is quite an easy lot of fixtures in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
hopefully from that we can build on it and then start that run that's going to.
But you're not going to win the league, are you? Or do you think you are?
We're winning the effing league,
it's too
dog.
easy to call, because we've all said that Arsenal's going to be
See what I
top
mean?
2, but then look at some of their performances. City's going to win the league. Look at their
Performing
performance on the
poorly
weekends.
and we're on 7 points.
No, he's saying the other teams
No, I hear you,
are not
but
running away with
It's
this.
But
absolutely
let's-
rubbish, man.
let's be real. This Chelsea side does not have the experience.
We're
I'm not
winning.
ruling them out.
Did you just
We're
ask
winning the
him,
lead.
are they going to win the
And he
league?
said he can't
"I-
answer."
I can't
Yeah.
answer.
I'll answer it.
No,
Ask
I'm
me.
just saying I'm not ruling it out.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
Interesting.
No, it's all right. I'm not ruling it
That's
out.
interesting. I'm happy
Shut
for
up.
him.
You over there said Luton are winning, Luton are winning, Luton are winning.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you
true.
said nothing in the chat.
Let's go. Let's quickly touch on Spurs. We're just going to go around, give a quick summary because there's going to be more questions at the end. So just give a quick recap, not recap, summary on their performance. One takeaway that you found.
I'm loving
Just-
big Ange
Yeah,
instead.
That's
Samuels
excellent
is
song.
Ange. What's
Matter-
just a big takeaway from the game?
Matters.
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 Ange matters.
Ange
Yep.
matters. Like
How easily
Hashtag.
he's fit into the side.
how fluid Tottenham look right now.
Very nice. I like Udogu.
It's a bit of eye
Nice.
candy though.
Yeah.
They got a great
I
team.
don't think it's eye candy. I think the players that they've brought in look extremely good. They suit the system and they suit exactly you. When you watch Tottenham, you see exactly what Ange wants to do, and the players that he's brought in, you can see exactly why they were brought in.
They've all
We
brought in.
know though the big games early on, like the first 2-3 rounds, don't really hold as much weight.
I mean,
as
beating
mid-
United is a big win, and
So
keeping
when
them
we
to a
play
clean
United
sheet.
next week, and if we lose, it doesn't hold that much weight.
And
No,
keeping
to
them
me,
to a
you know
clean
what
to
sheet.
me, you know what I'm gonna do in the chat.
You know what he'll say?
To me,
He'll
it
say,
does.
Oh, you guys wait till you go to Old Trafford.
Yeah,
They're going to
yeah,
beat you then.
yeah.
That's what he'll say.
I'm 100%. I will say that. You just don't open the chat if you lose. I dare you to open the chat.
I think if you're a Tottenham fan, we're actually talking football still.
Yeah.
If you're a Tottenham fan, this is probably the most excited
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
happy
big
you've
time.
felt about football in maybe since Pochettino was
Yeah,
there.
big performance from the game. Mine was Yves Saint Laurent.
Midfielder Rolls Royce.
He's actually so good, man.
He's actually so good.
He's class.
You guys got a different one, or are you good with Matters? And
I thought
you don't have to be too.
I thought Mickey van de Ven was great.
Yeah, I was going to say Van Ven.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. But no,
Excellent
Basuma.
performance.
Dogie.
Vicario
Very-
did well playing
very
out,
good.
especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go United. I mean, these guys they're staring down the barrel of another defeat back to back, and they've clawed it,
I respect
which
it.
shows character.
Yeah.
I respect
Regardless of
It shows some of
their
these.
players were bad. Their best player took control of the game.
Big
If
one
you
as
watch,
well.
Some of
if you
those.
watch it back, their best player was Bruno. Took control of the game.
I respect
I think sometimes we got to stop with Bruno. I think sometimes we got to
Bruno's
stop
honestly, he's starting to really climb in my.
rankings of how
rankings
good
of
he
just
is.
playing.
He's
it.
pretty
I mean,
incredible.
He's easily the most influential player they've had in a long
Yeah,
time.
he's incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but he's
And
still
if we're
parasite.
talking about someone
from
who's
how she
actually a
yells at
creative midfielder, Bruno is incredible.
Yeah, let's not let that win mask Rashford still. I just want to always
Well, I
bring it
think-
back to Rashford.
No, yes, he stuffed up
But
for.
Rashford's going to go next week, and he's going to fucking.
No, but what are we saying about Rashford?
Not really, bro.
What are we saying? Are we determining his performance from one mistake where they scored? He
No,
set up the
no.
first goal and then
No.
set up the penalty, won the penalty. He looks dangerous.
It's not that. I'm saying.
And also, he's the one who played that ball to Bruno for Casemiro's goal as well. That was a
no,
great
all
ball.
I'm saying is last week I said when he
Oh,
plays
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
no
yeah.
one says anything.
That was a great
That's
ball.
what I'm saying. I reckon we should still highlight him through the good and bad because certain players, big players, they get it.
Well, he
They
played
cop it,
well.
but he doesn't
In my
cop it.
opinion, he played well.
I think he's been copping it a little bit.
From definitely not from anyone.
I think Bruno cops all the heat every
Yeah.
week. They
That's what
lose,
I
and he
mean.
cops the
So he
heat.
But
should
he also-
get just as much.
He also
Yeah,
gets
fair
all the
enough.
praise when they do win.
Yeah,
Bruno.
Bruno does get praise.
The same with Rashford. People were
Yeah.
saying he's
Same
in
with
the fucking contention for best players in the world when he had a
Best
purple
winger.
patch.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. They don't do it the other way. They don't have a dig at him. That's what I'm
I
here
think they
for.
had a dig at him for a couple of years.
I'm the resurgence. Of
City
Rashford's
also
dig.
won, but we can skip because it's becoming a formality.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they don't lose.
Haaland scoring one
Performance
goal
was
seems
missing a
like
penalty.
all right.
yeah.
We will talk about a City player though a bit later on, but I think his performance does need to be highlighted, and we all need to give Riley
My bad for fantasy.
because
Hand up. Come on, MJ. Hand up. Yeah, you did.
Oh,
No,
shit.
everyone on this podcast slandered me
Rodri
for this.
we cursed him out. We
He's-
cursed him out, and he is just
One of the best.
He's the second highest scoring person in fantasy right now.
yeah.
and just in life. I mean,
in life.
No, he's phenomenal. Everyone knows he's phenomenal.
He's very good.
That was never the thing. We weren't saying, "Oh, you picked Rodri,
Eh.
he's shit."
You can't trust people with tucked in shirts, but so you just never know.
Yeah, no, he's too good.
Yeah.
Is he though?
Yes.
Yes.
No, no,
Yeah.
he is.
Well,
He is.
We'll
He
get
is.
into it. Let's go to
Badly.
the biggest game of the round.
Darwin Nunes. Hey.
I can't believe that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newcastle 1, Liverpool 2.
Can I just say something quickly? Caicedo must have given Pope some of that magic drink he had.
Nah,
The
don't. Let's
week at
not.
West
Let's
Ham.
not. Both finishes were phenomenal. Let's not talk
two
about
exact
Pope.
same goals.
Both finishes were phenomenal. Don't worry.
Why is Pope letting
Anyway,
Pope exact same goal?
I don't know if
Posting
you
in
can say
first
that.
one, second one completely slotted.
Liverpool with a huge win away to Newcastle. And since we're considering Newcastle a big side now,
Of course,
they've
they
thrown
are.
it away.
At home,
Bad.
They're a
They've
big
thrown
side.
it away completely.
Badly.
They had chances in the game. They were forcing saves at Allison, hit the post, dominating, and they bottled it.
If we're talking about results that define seasons, this right now, I'm telling you, is a season-defining result.
For Liverpool or for Newcastle?
I think for both. Because if you look at both teams right now, Newcastle dropped 3 points in. So the next step for Newcastle is to be a consistent Champions League side, to be a side that when they play against the big teams, they take the points of the big teams. When they verse, it's a real thing. That's the competition. But if you're dropping
At
a game,
home.
especially at home, but if you're dropping a game where you're up 1-0 for 80 minutes and the other team's had a red since the 25th minute and you go on to lose that game, for me, that's bad. That's season, like right now Newcastle could be sitting on 6 points and have played City and Liverpool. That's very different to sitting on 3 points from your first 3
And
games.
just the psychological edge it gives you to, if you're Newcastle, to just win that game, regardless of the red card, regardless of them having 10 men. You win that game, you move on, you beat Liverpool.
And then what it does to Liverpool, on the other hand, we're now sitting on 7 points and we played Chelsea and Newcastle.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, for them, they have had a horrible run of fixtures. Like, they've had a tough first 3 games.
They have.
Yeah.
And
Oh, no, they have.
They're going to continue
I
to have
agree.
I think it's the next 3 games are
Same
also
with
quite
us. We've
tough.
got a tough next 3 games, I think it is.
So, but again, it's the same to your point. That's a big 3 points to give up. because of
Especially
that.
in,
But
needed
with the
that.
mentality
Winning
that
position.
you go into the next couple games.
and a team that normally does good at home as well. Like that's their
Yeah.
fortress. So it's-
But Klopp has beat Eddie Howe more times than he's beat any other coach in the Premier League. That's 11 consecutive games he's won against Eddie Howe.
I completely do not think Klopp coached that performance, or there's nothing
No.
he could have done. Realistically, maybe the halftime team talk was
The subs were- the
dig
subs
in,
were good.
We're going to
Yeah.
get chances, but I genuinely believe you've got 2 chances and taken them.
that's it.
And it's
It's
It's-
that's
Because
it.
it's that Darwin sub always happens.
Darwin always happens.
Yeah.
No, but I think bringing Harvey Elliott on into the midfield, he was
Changed
very,
a lot.
very good. I feel like he changed the game into a midfield 2 of Szoboszlai and Harvey Elliott only.
Yeah.
I think that changed the game. Jota coming on, very good. Joe Gomez had to come on. He had to come on,
Yeah.
but
Forced.
was very, very good.
The Elliott one is just a kamikaze. Like you're already down, so it doesn't really like. It's not like
Let's put legs
bring him
into
on.
midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Because I feel like
fuck
we
it.
had to get McAllister
You're
off
down.
because
I
he was
think-
dead.
I think those players
Master
would
of
be-
chaos up front,
would be
Darwin Nunes.
ecstatic after that performance. Quickly on the
Yeah.
red card, did you guys think it was the right decision? I think it's mixed reviews.
Yeah, definitely.
I think if you're a Liverpool fan, you definitely don't think it's a red
No
card.
chance.
No.
If that's happening to your own team, I swear
But if you're
to
a
every
Newcastle-
single person saying it's a red card. If that's your own team, you're sitting here saying, no, never a red, never a red.
But if it's
probably.
you're a Newcastle fan, you're saying, of course it's a red. It's actually going in on goal.
That's the only thing that
That's
I'm
why.
like,
That's why I'm
because he's
conflicted
in.
now
He's
watching it.
in. If
And it's
if
outside
Van
the
Dijk,
box. If he gives
yeah.
away a pen, it's a yellow card pen.
Yeah.
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 But because Van Dijk, it's like Isak was going. He was gonna touch his.
It's going
his
away
touch
from
in.
him. 'cause
Yeah.
it
Yeah, he was gonna
Away
beat him
from
with
him.
that
He's
touch.
spinning from him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, I can
It's
see
very
it.
hard.
Like Samuel said earlier, I think if it's not given a red and it goes to VAR, it's not going to get given
Yeah.
a red.
Yeah, they're
No.
not giving it a red
But
in VAR.
the fact that it was given a red wasn't going to get taken away from VAR.
And it's not such a bad call from the ref. Like it's very hard.
It's not
to
such
make.
a bad call. I think it's a difficult call.
Yeah.
But I also think, like, I don't know. What
I
are we
think
doing?
Newcastle, if they gave it a yellow, yeah, they would have been a bit angry, but they
It
wouldn't.
wouldn't be a talking point. It won't be a talking point
game.
after the game.
No.
If it's given a yellow.
Yeah.
But then I do think it evened out because Trent should have been sent off in the game.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it does.
If we're going on the history of the fixtures this season and what's been given yellows,
Yep.
consistently that should have been a red.
And you
a
know the
second
rules.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
the rules, so you know what you're doing in both instances. So it's 2 yellows.
Because yeah, cynical fouls now straight yellow.
No, I agree with
Yeah.
that one, actually.
Which is-
When I was watching the game, I thought it was extremely lucky to stay on.
But
Definitely.
Darwin cameo quickly shows the huge potential this guy has, I guess. And I've seen a couple videos and a couple players and people saying that once he gets in those positions and he starts putting finishes side netting, he's not going to stop scoring. And
They stepped-
those two
Great
finishes,
finish, man.
Uh,
That's like top
Isn't that
tier
what he
finish.
did at Benfica?
Yeah.
First season, slow. Second season, he couldn't stop scoring.
Yeah, top.
yeah. So you
Very,
top
very.
finishes.
No, I'm not doing it my bad. I'm not doing it my bad because, as an overall footballer, to me, Darwin Núñez is very, very, very like below par. Yeah, he's limited. But if we're talking about pure
Movement.
like chaos movement,
Jesus
finish,
Christ.
and now if he's finishing like this, then I'll say my bad because when he came in, I said he's going to score goals, and that's what he's brought in to do. As a player, he's not it. But he wasn't doing that last year, so obviously I wasn't going to take back anything I said. But if he does start scoring, then we're looking at Fernando Torres bloody regen.
It's almost like he thrives when there's like
There's
no
just
pressure.
shit
Like,
happening.
It's like go on, like just go do.
Go on and cause
He
trouble.
was
Yeah.
careless. Like he didn't care.
I
He
think,
played
but
in
when there's pressure,
crazy.
like
I
say
feel like
it's a
there
1-1.
was pressure
That's
in
what
the
I mean.
two moments.
Oh, in the moments,
That's what I
yeah.
mean.
yeah.
No,
But
of course.
That's like
That's what I
ice
mean.
in the veins. Those
That's what I
finishes
mean.
is ice
Yeah.
in the veins.
Because you know your team's only getting one chance.
Definitely.
The fact they got two is crazy. Playing
Yeah.
against 11 men and you've had
Sven Botman,
you've had 10
Howler.
men for you've had 10 men for 70 minutes, but
Yeah.
the composure to the first one to finish.
Yeah.
That's an amazing.
I think
Yeah, it
that
is.
system suits him better. Like the coming off the bench.
I do
Because
like that
realistically,
as
when
well.
you think about it, he is so quick and he can get in behind so easily.
I agree.
When you're coming on against tired legs as a defender, that's a long day. 70th
So
minute, he's coming on to come in
on.
behind.
So world's
could be
most
started
expensive bench player. Right here.
he's got more goals than Jackson this season.
Doesn't matter. 95
Cool. Chat to me. He's got more
95 mil
goals
to
than
sit on the
Jackson
bench.
this
Yeah, okay,
season.
sick. I reckon we should bring on like someone that doesn't know football, like a celebrity that
what?
doesn't know football. Nah, like Simon Cowell or something.
Yeah.
Just spice things
him
up
up.
a little bit.
Hit him up, man.
Message
Hit
him.
on.
What does he actually do?
He's a judge.
No, but like, why is he like?
He judges talent.
But that was his thing. I thought they bring on talented celebrities.
All right, let's answer these quick fire. Yeah.
But not every food.
Yeah.
Not every food critic is a chef.
No, but it's a talent show.
Ready?
What's his specialty?
Postecoglou Spurs are a top 2 ball playing side in the league. Agree or disagree? Ball playing, not they're a top 2 side in the league. 3,
You never heard
2, 1.
I said, hell no.
No, disagree, and one agree. So
One agree.
You can go first.
I just think with the teams at the moment, I haven't seen anyone be able to do it consistently in the last 3 games, and I think as Tottenham actually has, them and City, I think they were probably one of the only 2 teams that actually have done it for 3 games in a row. Looks good in that midfield, and it's playing nice football.
I like your thinking, but I can't agree because one. Let me just list them off for you guys.
Alright.
City, we can agree.
Clear.
Arsenal,
Clear.
better.
Brighton.
Brighton.
Clear.
Better.
Probably number 1.
So for me, yeah. I think Brighton could easily be number 1. Yeah.
So yeah.
And
there's
so
no
for
way.
me, I think Spurs. If we said they're 4th, yeah, sure. But top
Riley
2
was
is
thinking
outrageous.
London teams that wear white.
Oh
Yeah.
I think I was gonna say I think Spurs are high up there in literally the build-up phase alone.
yeah.
They're high,
Yeah, if you take City, Brighton,
But in
Arsenal
terms of
out.
Ball playing.
but in terms of
it's
creating
different.
chances and stuff like that, which comes into ball playing, I don't think they're.
Not yet.
It's all right though. Like,
Yeah.
Not
He's only
top
been
2.
there.
it's not.
It's
It's
not a
not.
howler.
Yeah,
And
It's just-
especially for Ange to do that in 3 games.
yeah.
Yeah, literally.
But it could just
Nah,
be a
it's not a
little.
howler, Riley.
It could just
I
be
know, it
a
could be a
little
pending
trial.
It
No,
could be a pending
I
as
agree.
well.
It could be trial. Could be pending. Could
Because
be.
they are playing very well, to be fair.
Next question: given the resources, Pochettino has until the end of next season to be back title challenging. So he has to be title challenging by the end of next season.
No, it should be next season.
Like at the end of next season, they've challenged for the title. Is what
Okay.
I'm saying. Is the question.
And wait, we're
Given the
saying-
resources,
Yeah.
or
agree or
or
disagree?
he has to go.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree? So the question is, given the resources, Pochettino has until the end of next season to turn Chelsea into a title challenger, or else he has to go.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Agree, half agree, send him home. We'll start with you, Bud, since you've got the half.
I said half agree because are you saying what's title challenges to
Piss
you?
off, mate.
compete for the
Piss
title.
off.
So like 1, 2.
Yeah,
You
piss off. You
compete for the title. You can
Right.
finish third and
So
have
you-
competed for the title.
So in his second season, you guys expect him
Shut
to
the
challenge
hell
Well,
up.
you
title
do as well.
Yeah, big Jurgs over here got 18
Yeah,
seasons, did nothing.
Pochettino's already
Built a
spent
good
more money than
system.
Jurgen Klopp spent in
Doesn't
the whole
matter.
time at Liverpool.
Doesn't
Of
matter.
course
It's
it
not
matters.
money.
Of course it matters.
It's not money.
You're
It's
inheriting a
not
squad.
money that makes a squad.
Of course it is.
No, it's
What
not.
What the hell
Like-
do you think makes a squad?
Are you all right?
What do you think makes a squad?
In his
You
second
buy
season,
players.
you expect him to be title challengers.
Yes.
This is
so crazy.
How I'm looking at it is based on how you've sort of viewed Arteta and the pressure that he's on now.
Yep,
He's had 4 seasons,
correct.
right? And
Yeah.
and Arsenal are title challengers.
He said we should win the league. Otherwise,
And
it's
you said
failure.
we should win the league, otherwise it's a failure.
No,
We've
on the episode
spent-
I said top 2, and go back and
Yeah,
look
sure,
at it.
title
Say-
challenge.
He
Sure.
didn't
You
say
said
top
title
two.
challenge.
In his
That's what I was
fourth
saying.
season.
Okay.
Yes,
You
I didn't say that last
He
year.
didn't say top
but-
2.
Okay.
No, go back and
You
look.
said,
and
regardless, you said that.
Yeah.
You've spent way more.
You spent 600 million already this window.
it's not Poch spending 600.
Piss off. What is he doing?
Did
You
Poch
think
get
he's just
Enzo?
sitting there?
Did
You
Poch
think
get
Poch is just
Enzo?
sitting there saying,
Did
don't
Poch get
sign him.
Enzo?
Don't sign
No.
him.
Poch get
I said
Endo
this
and all these?
window.
What do you mean?
No,
Enzo?
don't
What do you mean
sign him.
Enzo? Enzo's not in that.
600 million?
Yes.
It's not just this window. You all right?
Yes, it is.
Are you okay?
Yes, it is.
Bro, Mudryk was bought before Poch was there.
I'm not talking about
talking
Mudryk.
about
No
So,
one's mentioned
alright,
Mudryk.
So, what's the 600 that we spent in this window? It's,
All the players that you just signed.
That 600 is with
literally almost
Mudryk and all them,
1/5
bro.
of it is one player.
Bro, that Mudryk 600 is
not.
Mudryk and Enzo in
It's
that.
not. It's really
It
not.
is.
It's not.
Do the maths.
You do the maths. I don't want to do the.
I did. That's why I'm saying it's not.
No, we don't have time to do all that.
600
just
is
saying-
not in.
You
in
think a
this
side
window.
that spent $1 billion in the space of 1 year, a coach that comes into a
not
side.
possible, mate.
You think if he goes PSG, he's allowed to lose the league, not challenge for the league? No, they've spent $1 billion.
That's what I said. Half agree.
When Guardiola
Half
came,
agree.
when Guardiola came
I
into
said
City,
half agree.
When Guardiola
No
came
one
into
gets
City, he
half-
spent less
no one
money
gets
than
one
Poch.
full season, then bang, you have
When
to win the
Guardiola
league
came
next
into
year.
okay, so when Guardiola came to
Mourinho-
City,
As soon
Mourinho
as
what?
Mourinho didn't win, so Mourinho first season didn't win, second win, season won it, third season won.
And also, it's a
didn't
different
win it
Chelsea.
fourth. He was out the 5th season.
Okay, yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And you expect us to win to be title challengers in the second?
Yes.
You just said Mourinho got 4.
No,
And
no.
was
He
out
said
by
he
the
won
fifth.
it the
He won
second
it in
In
the
the
season.
second
second
and the
season,
third.
he won the league.
With who?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
With
man.
Chelsea. This is
Twice.
a different.
Because
Twice he did that.
This
Because
is
of
a
money.
different. No, I'm
Money.
saying this is a different Chelsea now. It's like.
What do you mean
these-
it's a different Chelsea?
Money.
You spent $1 billion in
these
1 year.
This coach is going to get more time.
Yeah.
They're not going to just sack
Imagine
him after
Arsenal
this
It's not.
season.
Do we
Crazy.
think he's going to
He's not
get
gonna be
more time?
sacked
It's not,
after.
do we think
No,
he's going
but
to get
I'm-
more
You
time?
know,
I'm
you
saying-
realize Potter signed a 7-year deal when he got signed.
Do you think? Do you
No, no,
think
I
we're
know.
saying?
7.
Do you think
that-
Poch is
that
going to get
rule
more time?
came out
That's not the
after.
question.
He got fired in 7 months.
After the Potter,
No, it didn't come out after.
the Bowley
He signed a
project thing.
7-year deal.
I know.
Nah, it's crazy.
You're not hearing what
With
I'm saying.
Bowley.
I'm saying this thing where they're not doing that whole.
It's
buying
not.
and
Do we
sacking.
think he's going to last?
It's a whole
Do we
management
think he
team
should be
decision that they
fired?
said, okay, the next manager, we're not going to do this whole
What?
sack
This
him
is
after
so
whatever.
irrelevant.
tour
That's
thing.
what they did for Potter.
And this is irrelevant.
I'm saying this
This
didn't
is
happen
irrelevant.
after that.
It's
I'm saying
irrelevant.
after the Potter, they're like, all right, we got to stop
How
doing
is
this
that
shit.
relevant?
Happened before Potter.
No, it didn't.
That's why they signed
it
him on
didn't.
such a big
But
deal.
this is-
No, it didn't.
How is
You had
that
to pay-
relevant?
You
I'm
had to
saying
pay
half
Potter
agree.
out
How
60
is
mil.
it
And I'm saying,
relevant?
I'm
When
saying
do
half
Chelsea
agree.
keep managers as well? How often do they
And
just
how
leave
is
the
it
house?
also relevant?
Tuchel was how long was serving.
Exactly.
We're just saying
You guys are
that,
not hearing what I'm
if,
saying.
If you
I'm saying
say
I
that
agree,
Arteta
yeah.
Talking
in
about
the
something
4th
different.
year has to
No, I'm not.
challenge,
You are.
your process, your timeline has to be sped up due to investment.
It's better.
Okay.
That's why I said half agree. I'm not saying I'm
So we're
disagreeing
saying
completely.
that the amount you've spent, speed that up to 2 years, you should
Yeah.
be title
It
challenging.
has to be.
And I'm saying half agree. But I'm
Mum's
saying it's
life
not,
they should be
it's
challenging
not,
this
it's not
year.
a bad thing that we
How
don't
can
come
you spend
second.
600
If we
million
come
and you're not
third, is that
challenging?
worth
Get
it?
I don't get it.
Not this year.
Get the hell
Not
out
in
of
your
No, but I'm
first
saying
season,
like
you should
title
be.
They
challenges.
should be challenging. You can't
Title
have a
challenges-
midfield of two guys who are the two most expensive
If we
players
come-
ever in
no,
Premier
if
League
we come
history.
third in a title challenging thing, is that a bad thing?
I
Is
didn't
that
say top two.
Potter's-
We didn't
no,
say
no, no,
top
I know,
two.
I know, I
We said
know.
you have to
Your
challenge.
team has
Title
to
challenges.
fight for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Yes.
drop
That's
off
why,
and finish third.
that's what I'm saying.
I think you should
half
have to
agree.
fight for the title
Half
this
agree.
year.
I'm
Nah,
saying,
it
yeah,
shouldn't
we
have to
got
this
we
year.
I think
should
you
be
should.
a
This year's too
challenge.
far.
I think
But
you
it's
should
not
have
like
to fight for it this
the
year.
worst thing if by season 2
If
we don't
Guardiola
challenge.
came in right now now and spent as much money as Pochettino spent, everyone's saying, "Oh, this guy, he has to challenge right now." If he didn't win the league, everybody would be slating him.
But look at our starting lineup. We have 4 players that were there from last year. It's a completely new
what?
team.
You brought in so many players,
but
bought them.
But
That's
they're
what I'm
all
saying.
completely
It's
new
crazy.
team. They
They're
got a
all balls.
preseason.
Next
to
year
go.
crazy.
You have to.
Next
You guys
year,
are-
yes, 100%.
you guys are the only-
This season,
This
no.
is the
That's
only
what I'm
group
saying.
of players.
I'm saying you
This is the
said
only
a 2.
group-
You said a 2-year win.
He
This
deserves
season,
only 2
and then the
years.
next season he has to challenge for the title is crazy.
How is it crazy?
It's crazy.
How is it crazy?
It's crazy.
How is it crazy?
Your title challenge means different
He's
to what.
inheriting a squad worth
That's-
$1 billion,
it's actually crazy.
and he's
It's
spending
crazy.
$600 million on top.
It's
How
crazy.
How is it crazy?
Because he was flipped and he was on
explain
your
to me.
squad. You wouldn't be
What do you mean?
saying these crazy things.
Okay,
If
so
we
explain
spent
to me.
600 million and we
Explain
didn't,
to me.
if we went title challenge
first
second
for-
year, I'd be
first of
pissed
all,
off.
this
So if
600
Liverpool,
million.
if Liverpool spent 600 million this
If
year
it was
and we
Poch-
didn't challenge for the
if it
title,
was Poch
what are we
that
saying?
spent
Exactly.
all this money,
Cap.
100%.
It's cap.
But there's players still in the squad that he didn't bring in. There's players still in the squad that
Oh, sorry.
are on
Sorry,
the
he has to
wages.
deal with Enzo.
Right,
Sorry.
more
No,
money.
sorry,
but-
he has to deal with Enzo.
It's not
Sorry, he has to
Enzo.
deal with
There's-
Thiago Silva. Sorry, he has to deal with Reece James.
You're not hearing what I'm
Sorry, he
saying.
has to deal with those players. What are you talking about?
They're not the players that he brought in. These players have been there.
That's
I'm
what
saying the new players.
You just said there's
I'm
players
saying
that
the
he
new
didn't bring in.
players.
Okay, which new players did he
of
not
the
bring
starting
in?
11,
Which players did he
how
not
many
bring
were
in?
there from last year?
Which
Name
players did he
that
not bring
played
in? Okay,
yesterday.
tell me which players did he not bring in?
What do you mean?
You said there's players that he didn't bring in. Which players did he not bring in?
Mudryk, Enzo.
Mudryk didn't start.
No, I'm saying you saying players
You said
he didn't bring.
starting team.
No, that's for me. It's to you. I'm
Okay,
asking you.
Mudryk.
of
Okay,
the-
sorry, he has to deal with Enzo, one
He's
of the
not
best
dealing
midfielders
with
in the
them. I'm
Premier
not
League.
saying it's a problem. I'm saying that these kind of players take time.
It
It's
takes
a, it's a new
Next year's
squad
their third
That's why
completely.
we're saying next year.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I agree. Half
the
agree.
most
I'm
expensive
saying
midfielder ever deserves
we're
time.
challenging.
Pogba
We're
didn't
challenging
get
for the
time.
4
time.
years.
Pogba didn't get time.
Pogba didn't get time. Five seasons. He didn't get time.
He didn't get time.
Yeah.
He didn't get time before he was slated.
Let's go. Let's go.
Five
This guy Havertz
seasons.
don't get time.
What?
Hey,
5 seasons.
Havertz don't get time, but Enzo
Havertz-
gets time.
What do you
Mudryk
mean?
gets time.
What do you mean?
You said time. Isn't that what you said?
You said these players deserve time.
No, I'm saying I
They
half
deserve
agree
time.
with title challenges.
120
but
million deserves
if we
time.
if we don't challenge for the title,
player
whatever
for
that-
120
that
million
thing
deserves
is,
time.
It's not a bad thing.
But Darwin bought for 80 million. He doesn't deserve any time. But
no,
a player,
I'm saying that Darwin because you did the same thing for
but a-
Lukaku.
Yeah, and I'm keeping
Exactly.
the same energy.
So that's why
you're
I'm
not
keeping the same energy back.
Lukaku's a big man though.
You're not keeping the same
Like,
energy at
he's
all.
like a guy who scored like a 200.
No, but that's
I mean, he's
Fucking
like
all I'm
300,
saying is I
well,
half agree with what you're saying.
Alright, anyway, let's
title
go.
contenders. But if
go.
we don't, it's not a bad thing.
Of course
it's not
it
like
is.
we're going
Of
backwards.
course it is.
It's
You
not.
are going backwards.
It's not. We're not going backwards.
Let's go. Start, sub, sell. Bruno Fernandes, Odegaard, Madison.
Oh, shit.
Let's go. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Turn your boards around. Us three have done the same. Riley and even Riley and
I
Bud
was
have
gonna
gone
be
different.
mad biased, but I was like, I thought about.
I
it.
was really
like,
thinking about it. And I was
fuck,
going, no, this guy is incredible.
Especially if we're talking about attacking midfielders. I feel like he's like Bruno's
I would, yeah. I mean, I've
from
gone.
that perspective.
So
anyway.
for the audio listeners, Mike's gone Bruno, Odegaard, Matters. Riley's gone start
get the same?
Odegaard, sub Bruno, sell Matters.
you said
Bud's
sub.
gone start Odegaard, sub Matters, sell Bruno. Jeremy start Bruno, sub Odegaard, sell Matters, and the same as Samuel.
Yep.
Yeah, like MJ said, I think Bruno, you put him in almost any system in the world, and I think he produces the same. I think he plays the same. I think he gets the same amounts of goals, the same amount of assists, the same work rate, the same contribution to the game. I don't know.
His
I
chance
think,
creation.
I think Odegaard is way more of a system player
yeah,
than.
And
I
you
think
and Odegaard took time. I feel like Odegaard was put into Arsenal, and it took time to find like he's the way to make him like the level he is. Whereas
Well,
Bruno got put
yeah.
into chaos at United, and this guy performed extremely well. Now he's in a system performing extremely well.
Bruno's transformative.
Bruno went into that same team
He
that
is.
Pogba couldn't perform into, and performed extremely well.
And I feel like if you look at like, if there was like a stat of United, how they attack and how they build, it's purely from
Everything
this guy.
goes through
It-
this
it-
guy.
Purely this guy. Whereas Odegaard, he's like you said, he's a system player. I think he's maybe got more of an
He's
overall
great. He's
game.
obviously
He's
individually
great. Like,
but
Yeah.
as a pure attacking player, Bruno's different gravy, man.
Yeah.
Bud's got Bruno Sell. Why, bro?
it's I guarantee it's not football reasons.
Nah, that's part of
Yeah.
it because he's a
Fair-
parasite.
fair
But
enough.
I think just because when like of those three, when the bad gets bad, I think his bad's worse than these two. Just because
Have we seen it though?
we've seen glimpses of what he's like when
You think Bruno's bad's worse than Madison bad? Madison bad is invisible at Leicester.
That's Leicester though. We're comparing a Leicester Madison to United Bruno.
I agree.
We saw Bruno against Liverpool when that game.
We lost 7.
That's it's not even a 7. It's the way he went about it. It's how he doesn't get back, doesn't track. And I think of those 3, teams wouldn't want that. And I'm not just thinking because of attacking attributes. These 2 or 3 are all great attacking in different ways. But I think when a team needs to do other things and you're a coach, I think Bruno's
the hardest working of the 3.
All of them at their best.
hardest working.
Riley,
Right?
quick sentence about why Odegaard's for starting for you.
I thought it was actually really close between him and Bruno, but I kind of hear what Bud was saying. I think in the bad patches we have seen Bruno, I think Odegaard has kind of been a more consistent performer, and I think you haven't really seen like a bad spell as Bruno's had.
I mean,
Even though Bruno's bad spell, like not get me wrong, it's not too bad, but we have seen it like
Toxic.
You don't want
Yeah, it is
that.
toxic.
If that's your team, you don't want that Bruno.
Let's go.
I hear you.
Quick one. True or false? West Ham have had the most improved. They've improved their squad the most in this window. Because of the
improved their
window,
squad the most.
they've improved their squad the most. True
Is this
or
with,
false?
like,
So out of all the
signings
teams
right
in the
now?
Prem, who has improved their squad the most from the window?
Do we write the team or do we
Or just
say-
right, true or false?
Wait,
the
West
question
Ham?
is, it's West Ham
Oh.
have improved the squad the most. But if that's not true, write false, and then you
Just
can
the window.
explain the answer.
Or
Because of
squad
the window.
in general. Okay.
Like their squad has improved because of the window.
Okay.
Right? And we're saying West Ham's squad has improved the most because of the window. So true or false? Or agree or disagree, whatever. 3, 2, 1. Turn. I'm the only one who's gone true. And I only feel like it's because they've reinvested the money so well for Declan Rice. They're able to fill holes in the squad that they would have never been able to fill without that money. And yes, Declan Rice was a next level player for them. But I think bringing in the centre back from Ajax, Ward-Prowse, Kudus now, and
Alvarez?
Alvarez is the one, from Ajax?
Yeah.
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 Played 6, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that has just lifted their squad to somewhere they wouldn't have been able to get even with Declan Rice just because of how limited they were in certain positions. If there's another squad that has had a better window, fair enough, I'll hear it.
there are.
But that's who just exactly who I thought had the best window. I think you are able to improve your squad despite the fact that you lost your best player, as Tottenham are probably showing, especially if they reinvest the Harry Kane money.
And they haven't even touched it yet.
I see West Ham as the best smash and grab performances I've
Me too.
seen.
I think it's eye candy though.
Yeah, I'm not
it
quite
won't
convinced.
But it's good.
I'm not convinced.
Get points when you can.
Yeah, I mean, I've been impressed with the points, no doubt.
Especially because a lot of people had them relegation.
Yeah.
No
contenders.
expectation. Yeah.
But to me, when I look at this squad, these are the players that started on the weekend. Ogbonna started. Sufal started still. Emerson started still. Suchek started still.
But this is with injuries to their current
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying.
But I'm saying
their
Yeah.
lineup is the
these
best
guys
11.
all these guys all started. Antonio still was starting 9.
See his
I
banger.
don't think they fix
Yeah,
problems.
like he scored 2 great goals, but I feel like this is going to end.
yeah.
Like
I
everything.
think
is
if you
all
add,
of this
I
is
think
gonna
if you
end.
had Ben Rama to that side, you had Kudus to that side, you had fucking even Cresswell's better than Emerson. You had
Anyone's
certain
better
players,
than-
Alvarez to that side. They're immediately
not Timo
better.
They are
Cared.
But anyway, false. Do you have a different? MJ's put Villa. Do you guys have a different squad that you feel has had a better window?
Villa,
I would
Tottenham.
definitely. I would have said Villa.
Yep.
That
I can
that's
hear
a-
Villa.
I
I
think-
hear that.
I think Villa,
The pool
Tottenham,
power they have
Chelsea.
without the money.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Villa, Tottenham, Chelsea, all 3 of them.
Chelsea.
Oh,
has to be
Chelsea.
in there. I'm
But
sure.
Villa
I'm
is
gonna-
more impressive.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, it has to be Chelsea, right?
It should be.
I'm going for Villa just because the pool power they had with not the fund, like the amount of money.
I think it's a good
Nah,
coach.
yeah.
That's what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. That's
Chelsea.
why. So it's
gotta
that's
be
why
Chelsea.
it's A plus.
Yeah, it's Chelsea.
Yeah. I saw someone ask a question. I don't know if you're going to ask it, but it was about Eddie Howe.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. All right.
So that on TikTok.
We've got a couple more, and then we'll wrap up.
Dun, dun, dun,
Strap up.
dun.
Strap up and wrap up.
Sorry.
Oh, what's that podcast? You watching other podcasts?
All right, here.
Here.
All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All right, here. All
You guys ever wonder if there's like the ice wall in Antarctica?
Shut up.
Ice water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ice wall.
Eddie
Ice
Howe
wall.
can't take Newcastle to the next level. He's done a great job, but today proved he will never make them a Premier League contender. True or false?
Ready.
Ready?
Far out. That's so harsh, man.
Are you going true, Mitch?
3, 2,
Close
1.
over there.
True, false. One of you guys, tell me why.
For me, I just think it's a bit unfair, especially if it's based on that particular game. Because I feel like if you look at overall, Newcastle had plenty of opportunities, like clear opportunities to kill off the game. But they didn't. And I don't think that's a coaching thing. I think tactically they set up very smart. We saw how he was isolating Gordon, on their weakness. I thought they battled. They didn't look like they were far off Liverpool at all. It looked like a very even game. And I feel
They
like...
looked better, actually.
Yeah, and I feel like that doesn't happen if you're not a good manager or if you're not a manager that can take it side to the next level. And I feel like he can. I feel like he's making smart signings in a smart way. I feel like if he wasn't a good manager, he would have bought 5 players because they have money, but he's not doing
I think
that.
he's a great manager.
Yeah, I think he's capable. Champions League's a different story, but if you're talking about Premier League, anything can happen, man.
Just to add to that quickly, I also think because of the signings, he doesn't have that full squad yet. I think there's still a couple pieces that are missing because you saw still Sean Longstaff's coming on. That's your guy to hold it down when you're 1-0 up against a team like Liverpool. That's not good enough to be in there to be doing that sort of thing.
I hear it.
For me, I feel like Eddie Howe has done incredibly well. He's exceeded every single expectation put on him, every single expectation put on his name, Newcastle's name. But I feel like when you look at the big games that he's been involved in at Newcastle so far, yes, he shouldn't be in those big games. Yes, these realistically not even at 3 years in, not even 2 years in, right?
This is the start of 3, isn't it?
No, I think he's not even made it to 2 years in. So realistically, he shouldn't be in this position.
No.
But they are in the position, and the big games that he's been in, the cup final, lost. This season alone, City, Liverpool, both lost. I feel as though when you're challenging for the title and when you're a Champions League side like that, the games that you look at as a big manager, and they're the ones where you get it done against the big sides. And I feel like Eddie Howe just can't seem to get it done against the big sides.
I think you give him a good team, then I'll make a
I
decision.
think he's got a good team right now.
Like as in a Champions League
Yeah, I get it.
caliber, like...
But do you risk it?
I think so.
I
Because
think you have
they're
to.
not,
Just
they're
to
not
warrant him-
convincing losses. Like,
Just to warrant him on getting this far.
but let's look at it. 1-0 against Man City, 2-1 against Liverpool. Like, they're not outrageous scorelines.
yeah, I
whereas
get you.
Man U's beating Liverpool, all the way around 7-1. Like, it's
7-0.
7-0.
Yeah. They didn't get one.
Last one we'll do. Rodri right now is one of the most clutch players in the world, and if he stays at this level and wins 1 or 2 more UCLs, he enters the GOAT conversation for defensive midfielders.
Why? Based off stats.
Is that true or false?
True or false?
Or false or false?
That question is from Ghost.
Guys, that's a good question.
Ghost, and the other one was from... Eddie Howe one was from Menem.
Yeah.
Shout out you guys.
Many men.
You should have said Menem, man.
Did you say men in men? That's
Yeah,
boring,
right.
bro.
Men in men. You gonna write something?
Yeah, I was trying to think.
You asking Google for the answer?
He's on
You reckon
Chat
Google's a
GPT.
guy or a girl? When do you think of Google, what do you think gender-wise?
A girl.
Yeah.
like Siri.
Nah. Seriously, bro, it's 22nd or 23rd century. You can't be saying
This was saying, but
Siri's a
pretty
girl.
much when his career finishes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay, you guys know that, right?
What makes you think
in
Siri's
the
a girl?
question,
He said he wins
says
a
lot
couple
of-
more UCL.
Yeah.
He wins 1 or 2 more UCL.
He said clutch and all that.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm looking at it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Stats false. True. I mean, but you go.
I've said it time and time. I said it actually early in this episode. Can't trust men with tucked shirts in the game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's it.
For me, I've put True. Obviously, it could go either way, but who's his competition in the CDM role? Not centre mids. Not specifically. You're going to look at Busquets. You're going to look at Makaleli. You're going to look at maybe Kante if you view him as a CDM. Some people view him as a box to box.
There are geezers who look at Roy Keane.
You're going to look at Vieira, Roy Keane.
Gattuso.
If we're speaking technical ability, he's high in the conversation. You're speaking of impact to his side, he's high in the conversation. And you're speaking about his ability to play consistently over 3 or 4 years
Big
at the highest
moments.
level. And we're saying if he continues for another 3 years, that's a 7 or 8 year span of being at the top of the game and being close to undisputed current best player in his position in the world.
To me, he's going to end up being the best number 6 that the Premier League's ever seen. Because realistically, what's he going to end his career with? Probably 6 titles, 6 league titles, a Champions League at least one. He's got the moments in the most crucial games. He's scored in big games. I feel like he's so complete as a number 6 that there is almost nothing in his game that he doesn't do. Yes, there's times where he's not dribbling past players or beating players in that way. But to me, as a number 6, there's a reason why Pep wanted him so badly, and there's a reason why he's just fit that role extremely perfectly.
MJ, you get 20 seconds and we got to wrap up.
Yeah, cool. For me, the question was posed of if he keeps scoring and being clutch. I don't think that should matter in terms of like you being rated better than other CDMs. So from that angle, I'm saying no. But in terms of like his ability and what he brings to the game and his level, of course, he can be in that debate, absolutely. But if it's based on stats, I don't get it. Yeah. Why would stats matter? For a DM.
Yeah, I agree.
I hear it. This has been Let Him Shoot. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. We've been...
One more week to FPL punishment.
Yeah, FPL punishments for our draft is going to get serious. I'm going to tell you guys all of it next week.